Hello there, Bob Roberts.
Yes, hello.
It's Jeremy.
How are you?
Long time no see.
I'll have one. Oh, well, good too. Are you still over east?
Oh, yes, sir. Yep, I sure am. And I can tell you're still in English. I
Oh, yeah. They can never get rid of me unless they put about 6 feet of
oh
dirt
well,
over me.
yeah,
I'll
I
still be in English.
that's right. That's
I
very
did.
true.
You see the? Did you see the thing about Ronnie Kissel?
No.
That he's had some operations with his legs.
Ah,
That blood wasn't passing. It was completely cut off. But he's had problems with them. But he's had about 2.5 hour operation, and they said it's doing real good.
great.
That
That's great to
he'd, he'd,
hear.
he'd, his daughter, I think, had sent Gordon a message on it, and Gordon sent it to me.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if anyone else on this Zoom, if Gordon shared it with anyone else. So you might
I have no idea. I think he did, though. It looked like he did. I remember he had a few names on there.
okay.
I forgot what he had.
Gotcha.
How's your weather up there? That
You know
today
what?
today our high is 40.
Well,
We had about an inch.
I'm my weather is heading in that direction. Here, I'm gonna put in my earphones. Yesterday, the high was almost 70 degrees. It started out pouring and really windy, and then completely cleared up in the early afternoon, and the sun was out, and it was a beautiful afternoon and evening. Today, it's about 10 degrees cooler, and it's been storming, windy, and tomorrow is 10 degrees colder yet. So I think I'm going to be near your temperatures by tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we had about an inch of snow, and east of here they had about 3 inches, and this morning our high was 40.
Yeah. Well, that's that's how it's supposed to be. Any more,
Oh yeah, I mean
you,
that's southern Indiana.
sure. Yeah, I saw uh, a distant cousin of mine, Nancy Flanigan, who lives in Indianapolis. She had posted a picture out of her front window of a dusting of snow. I guess that was maybe yesterday, within the last yesterday. Yeah. Um, I hope I didn't confuse my Uncle John, because I read back over the message I sent you all, and I meant to say we're off daylight savings time.
Eastern Standard Time. He had
We're on standard
daylight
now.
time.
Yeah, but
I saw that. I figured he'd figure it out.
I think he would figure it out. That the point is, because I remember when we switched. I mean, I don't remember if it was in the spring or if it was last fall, but I remember there was a time when he didn't join the meeting because he was off by an hour, because Hawaii doesn't change.
Well, he'll come up with it and everything. We've been awfully dry here and everything. In fact, this last week and a half, we've been called out on 5 fires.
Wow. How about that? Yeah, it had been kind of unusually dry here. Like I said, that now it's like feast or famine. It's just pouring rain. But
four of them were field fires.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, they had a no burn deal, and we got about an inch of rain, and they took that off, and bang, we had these 5 fires, so it went back into a no burn situation.
Gotcha. Oh my. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the person making that call to go on or off no burn, because I think
No,
that's kind of it's probably a thankless responsibility.
that they go on. In fact, one of them, we were the fire is down by Jericho. I don't know whether you know that or not.
Yeah.
It was it's kind of in Brownstown, and Tazewell engine had made it down there, and we pulled out to wait on the road instead of going back this Pike Road. And while we were sitting there, it came by, they had another fire at Grantsburg.
Oh my.
And so Tazewell engine said they had it taken care of. So we lit off from there to go to Grantsburg.
Oh, gotcha.
And, yeah, so we were kind of running around. We had Leavenworth came down and they helped us on the one at Grantsburg. We help each other.
Well, that's terrific. Thank you for all of your service.
Hey, hi, Bob.
Hello there.
Hi, Bob. Long time no see.
Yeah, I forgot it last month.
Well, I really haven't been on in a while, so I have to reintroduce myself to everybody.
Well, your mother, is she still over in Virginia?
Yeah. Well, you mean Carol, my grandmother?
Yeah, Carol. Yeah, your grandmother.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her for a while. Is the reason I ask.
Yeah, she usually sometime October or November usually goes back to Virginia for the winter. So yes, she's in Virginia. She likes to do the holidays where most of her kids are, and it's easier for her to get around in that condo environment. Although if you might recall that last year she the very last ice storm that the area had, she slipped and fell outside on a walk and broke her hip and her wrist. So yeah, that was last February. I mean, February of 2021.
Yeah, I know she was getting along better the last time I saw her.
Oh yeah.
Stuff. It was a historical meeting. I finally got ringed in on that. But,
oh, great. Did you give a talk?
Oh yeah, I gave a little talk and everything.
Wonderful.
Times in English and one thing and another. There's always one guy. There was a fellow up there the last meeting that he had been up to Washington, D.C. to that thing for a thing. He was 98 years old. His name was Lauren Brown. He's from down below Ecker.
Oh yeah.
West Fork.
I was at a meeting there, not this last summer, but the summer before. I was at a historical society meeting, and he was the one who gave the talk. So very, very interesting.
Yeah,
hey, Granddad.
We
can't hear you,
look who
Granddad.
shows up. Michael's on the scene there.
Hey, Granddad.
Hi, Mike.
Hello there.
Oh, we hear you now. Okay.
He changed his name. He has Mandy on there. You see his name on there?
Huh?
Yeah.
Mandy F. Hey, you're not fooling anybody, Mike, just because you got a beard. You're looking pretty good.
How are you doing?
If you let that beard grow some more, Granddad, you'll be ready to play Santa Claus by Christmas time. So
I got my Navy sweatshirt on.
Yeah, happy Veterans Day to everybody, right? That was recognized on Friday.
Yeah, we have a deal on Veterans Day. We go down to Patoka School and we unfold the flag, and then another person I folds it up, and our commander gives a little deal what each fold stands for. And then we present it to the principal of the school. The two of the students take it out and hang it up on the deal. We've done it for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, I guess. Bob, you gave us a U.S. Navy. Give us a little talk there.
Well, three of our grandsons were in the Navy, and one of them married a sailor. And they now
That's
have three
pretty good.
kids.
Well, that's all right. Three grandsons.
Yeah,
Gordon won't be with us. He's going to watch his granddaughter perform, or he says he is anyway.
well, our grandsons are older than that now. They're the youngest ones were 28 years old this year.
Is he the youngest, you say, 28
Yeah, the youngest, there's two were born in 94.
and 94?
Yeah.
Did any of them stay in the Navy?
No, they just did the 5 years and got out.
Got out.
The two younger ones were on the same kind of ship.
Oh, yeah, I
Uh,
saw a deal that they on Facebook and everything where the couple of brothers that met in Vietnam. I think one was Army and one, maybe both of them were Marines. I'm not for sure. And stuff that occasionally a little something pops up there that I was wondering where Vic was. He had a birthday, I think. He had a pair of eights, I believe, a couple of weeks ago. And but I haven't he wasn't on there last week.
I don't know. I did see on Facebook that he had a birthday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was on Facebook on his birthday. And then the deal for Ron Kissel that I told you about it, but he'd had an operation on his legs that the blood circulation was completely cut off. He had been having trouble with them, and he was in surgery for 2.5 hours. And I guess either his daughter or granddaughter contacted Gordon and said he came through the operation all right, and said they did a good job on him. So maybe the rest of you can do that. We probably won't hear from Gordon to tell us about it, but either his daughter or granddaughter. No, I always say daughter, but we're talking about granddaughters anymore.
Jeremy, where are you at now?
I'm still in Massachusetts.
In Massachusetts, okay.
Yeah, at the tip of Cape Cod, the end of the earth.
It's probably just filling up on oysters and
Absolutely. The best fresh seafood, shellfish.
stays fit that way, just eating seafood. They
Yeah.
recommend it.
I had an email from John indicating that he tried to join the meeting, but his Zoom was not cooperating. It was telling him he needed to upgrade or some sort. So I guess he's not going to be able to join us unless he figures it out in the next 25 minutes.
Oh yeah,
But
they cut us off.
He gets
in
an
the
A for
middle of a
effort.
second.
What's that?
Yeah, they cut us off at 40 minutes. Just bye.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't need to.
I know when I worked for IU, I had the primo access to the Zoom accounts, but now this is a lot more limited, but at least it works. Well, for all of us, it's not working for John today.
Okay, he's over there where it's warm. A couple of days ago, Thursday, we played golf and it was 75. So it's Crawford, southern Indiana weather.
So what's new, Granddad? Don't say nothing.
Well, all the babies that were born yesterday are new.
That's a good one. All right, I'll take that. I'll accept that.
Is it in the family?
Huh?
Is it in the family, the new babies?
I guess. No,
No,
not my family.
How many grandchildren does he have now?
Who? Me?
You, Mike. How many grandchildren you have?
You have to ask my daughter.
Okay.
No, you can think through.
What did I have? It's one? Huh?
Yeah, what's his name?
Jeremy?
That's it.
And he hadn't produced any more great grandchildren for you, has he?
The only great is Nikki's daughter. So that means you've got at least 2 grandkids.
Oh yeah.
Nikki, Robin, Brandon.
You met my younger sister, Maxine. Do you remember her? Mike, my sister, Maxine.
Yeah, I do.
Well, last Christmas, she had the kids and grandkids and great grandkids in for Christmas dinner, and she had 39.
Good. How old is she?
She's 92. She'll be 90. She'll be 93 in December the 8th.
Oh,
Her husband died. She's living alone. She has some kids close to there, but she does her own cooking and washing and things like that.
yeah.
She lives at Georgetown, and her grandkids stop by there probably every day and stuff. But she had one of her sons was a school teacher, and while he's retired now, but while he was teaching, he got to be Indiana Teacher of the Year. I thought that was pretty good. And, hey, look, Della May's coming on the scene. We can get her in there. Maybe
Who
she
is
can
it?
tell us a story.
I just joined.
Hi, Della May.
Yeah, it's me.
Hi there. Been a long time since I've seen you, Della. It's Jeremy.
I know. I appreciate, Jeremy, you're doing this for us every month.
Oh, you're so sweet to always express that.
I guess
Bob Roberts was saying maybe you could tell a story.
who?
You.
What story is that, Bob?
Well, you should know lots of stories.
What?
You can tell them on Gordon if you want to.
Well, okay, I'll tell you about Gordon. Gordon and I graduated.
Remember, this
school.
is being recorded and it goes to the Historical Society.
Oh, it's all right. Gordon and I graduated high school together, a class of 8.
Yeah.
3 girls, 5 boys. Gordon came in from Grantsburg School at the beginning of high school. So smart. That guy is so smart. But back then, it wasn't cool for a guy to be smart, you know? He kind of liked me. So he let me become the class valedictorian. And believe me, he was much smarter than me.
Then they had a lot of cars back then they were making that were pretty high powered. That generation did a lot of racing, a lot of time between English and Paola, didn't they?
What? I didn't hear. What was in Paoli?
Yeah, but they did a little racing with their cars.
No, I don't remember that. I remember having a car wreck with my sister on New Year's Eve, I think, going from English to Paola, and there was ice on that Sears and Roebuck. You remember the Sears and Roebuck Hill?
I remember the Sears Road. You know, that's in my mind very good. We were over someplace celebrating my 21st birthday. And we were coming back, and a kid had rolled a pickup truck on the hill. And one boy was dead. And another
Oh,
was down there looking for his shoes. And we were the first car there. And this guy had a old car. It didn't have any taillights on. They finally got something red. Guy had a trunk on it, held his hand down, and Floyd Tony was the cop that came there to investigate it. But I remember the Sears and Roebuck Hill, and I remember my 21st birthday.
Which I just did the
It wasn't-
math.
it wasn't-
That was 74 years ago.
Yeah. Well, you know, I saw in the Clarion today that the two Gillen brothers were killed in World War II, and they were brought back, and it said that they were having a military funeral for them, and I participated in that military funeral.
who were the brothers? Who were the,
Yeah, it
the
was
brothers?
Elmo and Ralph Gillen.
Okay, my brother Ralph, was
Yeah,
killed,
yeah, Ralph Starr, yeah.
and he was brought back. And I remember I was not that old, but I remember they brought him back at just about before Christmas time. And I remember Mother had put up the Christmas tree, and we took all that down. And in those days, when they brought the body back, they sent an escort who stayed with them the whole time before the funeral. He sat with him day and night.
Yeah, I remember Ralph and everything and stuff. And when he got killed, when he in the Air Corps, wasn't he?
Yes, yes.
And
He was killed in Italy. It was before all the radar and all the good stuff. He was on a bombing mission, and they went out that morning to bomb someplace, and it was too foggy. They couldn't deliver the bombs. So they were on their way back to base, and they collided with another airplane, and the bombs exploded.
there's so many planes, one got in the way of the other.
Right.
I know Gerald Apple. I used to play golf with him, and he was a pilot, and he flew out of Italy, and he flew 50 missions over Germany. And he said that the planes didn't have any heat in them, and that's the reason they were, you'd see so heavy jackets and everything they had on and stuff. And when they got so high, they had to get their masks on and things. But he said it.
You're frozen, Bob Roberts.
Plane
I saw that.
had taken a few shots along the way.
Is he back with us, Jeremy?
Yeah, I think you froze for a few seconds there, Bob.
I did. Well,
Yeah.
you're coming off and on. That your lips aren't staying up with the sound, or vice versa.
Hi there.
I wanted to ask
Nice.
why that hill was called Sears and Roebuck Hill.
I
Pardon?
won't tell. There's a house built at the top of it. And back in probably, Bob might know the year, but back many, many years ago, that house was ordered from Sears and Roebuck. Every piece of lumber, everything was shipped there and put together. That's why it was Sears and Roebuck Hill. Right, Bob?
Nice.
That was in the 30s that Howard Eastridge had one of those here in English. That was Steve Eastridge's dad. He was standard oil dealer for years. Had up it's close to the schoolhouse. But they would order the
Steve-
things out. You could order anything out of Sears and Roebuck, even houses.
Is
Oh, I
Steve-
didn't-
A lot of the clothes came from there, I would imagine.
is Steve-
Bicycles.
is Steve Eastridge still living?
Oh, yes, yeah, he's, I think he has a few problems, not many. He has a place down close to Okeechobee in Florida, and they usually go down there probably next month. They'll go down and stay for the winter and things. Steve, Edna and Howard, his mother and father, loved to fish. And they used to go up in Minnesota fishing. So Steve didn't like to fish or anything else. He still does. But they just drop him off at some island and leave him there and go fish for a while and then come pick him back up.
Who goes and spends the winter with Steve? Who spends the
Pardon?
winter? Who goes and spends a winter with Steve?
He's married. He married a girl from Sulphur. She goes down with him. And then there's another couple. One of the man's from Leavenworth, and he was married to David Dicus's widow. And they have a place right next door to where Steve and them stay. So he has a couple there close and stuff that I haven't used to see him out the golf course, but I haven't seen him out there for a while.
I
Who
have
from
a-
Sulphur did Steve marry?
How what now?
Who from Sulphur did Steve marry?
Oh, it was Debbie Reidner.
Yeah.
Lived out there on Reidner Ridge, I call it, and stuff. That she was married to Bob someone and things, and she used to. She would go coon hunting, and it would ride mules, and she would squirrel hunt and deer hunt. She was quite a girl, and Steve didn't do any of those things. I don't know how they got together.
I have a son who owns a marina on Lake Okeechobee in Florida. It's in a little town of Clewiston called the Jolly Roger. But if anybody wants to go down fishing and stops by, my son would love to hear about Indiana. Do I have to pay for that ad or what?
Yeah. Do you collect royalties from that 10% cut commission?
Where's John? Where's your Uncle John?
He tried to connect. He sent me an email that his Zoom was telling him he needed to update it, and so he wasn't able to figure out what he needed to do in time.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard
Yeah.
from Gordon about Ron Kissel. Did you get that? Ron Kissel.
Yes, I told them about that Gordon sent me an email on it. And I think there's 2 or 3 other names on there that he sent to. Did he send you that?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So have you heard any more? He was undergoing surgery, Ron was, the last I heard.
All of the guys that are hunters are out deer hunting this weekend and stuff. But I haven't seen or heard of any of them being killed yet. But I saw a deal down in Celestine. They have a butcher shop there, but they have a place where they have 7 or 8 guys goes in there and they'll dress the deer out for them for so much. They dress it out and wrap it. And they're probably busy now. But they handle a lot of deers. And there's a lot of deers here that there's nothing unusual at night. Sometimes I'll have 8 or 10 in my yards. And once in a while, there'll be 4 or 5 turkeys, wild turkeys come by. But something I never see anymore is a quail. I haven't seen a quail for years. And they used to be thick. When I was a kid, the conservation deal put out a pen that was probably about 6 feet square and 3 feet high. And they would put quail in there with eggs and stuff. And it wasn't anything unusual. You walk out and you'd jump maybe 10, 15 coveys of birds that had maybe 30 quail in it. And when that big snow hit back in, I guess that was 78, they had drifts of probably 15 feet high. And it just absolutely wiped out the quail population. And then after that, the coyotes started coming in. And I've never even heard one whistle. But, you used to always hear that bobcat whistling when you.
Right. I remember that, Bob.
Yeah.
Here in Reston, we have a black bear that gets everyone upset. I mean, he even showed up down Tyson's Corner.
Well, there was one a couple of years ago, got in Walmart's parking lot over at Cordon. And I think they ended up, he was heading a little northeast from there. He got, every once in a while they'd hear a report. I think maybe he was headed for Canada. I'm not for sure. But no one ever shot him or bothered him. And I guess when the conservation deal would show up, they couldn't find him where they could tranquilize him. And I don't know what happened to our bear. Every once in a while, somebody says they see one in Crawford County. They've seen probably a wildcat, and the bobcats are thick. But they usually have a litter of 4 or 5, and they were talking about making an open season on them. But they have a lot of wild game that we didn't see when we were kids growing up.
That's right. Bob, tell me, Ron Kissel, do I have the right family? Did he have a brother named David? And they were raised by an aunt and uncle up on 5th Street?
He had a sister.
What?
He had a sister is all he had.
What am I? There was a couple of brothers, David and somebody, raised by an aunt and uncle up on 5th Street. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Now, who were they? Bring that by me again.
What? I think they were raised by somebody named Stewart up on the hill.
Stewart.
Yes, I think. And there were 2 brothers. in about my high school, not in my class, but close to. One of them was named David. I can't remember the other one's name. You know who I'm talking about?
David it wasn't David Seeley, was it?
Yes. What was his brother's name?
Wasn't it two brothers named Joe and David Steele?
Seeley.
Yeah.
Seeley.
Yeah, they were relation to the Pavies and stuff that lived up on Needmore Hill.
Okay, that's them. You ever hear
And
from?
they were relation to the Stewarts because Jim Stewart's mother was a Pavey, and this Seeley was, I think, her nephews, and they stayed up there with their grandfather.
Yes,
But I think it was, and that's where the Stewart probably came in.
okay. They
I'm
went
guessing.
to high school about the same time.
Yeah,
They're younger than me.
Went to high school, and you know they were down there for a few of our alumni banquets we had, because I gave them some information I had on the Pavies because my grandmother was a Pavey, and I had quite a bit of deal. And I had them come up here and they mammographed them off so they would have the restaurant. And I got a very nice letter from one of them. And I could date. And Bob, you had your name, didn't you? David and
Joe,
that's it. Bob, what was the two boys' names?
I don't know, Jack or Joe.
yes, Joe.
Joe Seeley and David.
Yes, Joe and Steve Dave, or Joe and David Seeley.
Yeah.
Well, we got about 2 minutes left here. I see Granddad's getting up, so I guess that's a goodbye. That's a goodbye from him.
Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate it so much.
My pleasure. It's great to see and hear all of you. What has anyone heard from Melvin Beasley?
I haven't.
Oh,
And we have to do a lot of talking. We don't have Vic here. And he usually pitches in, and John has a thing or two to add. And it's probably between you and I and
where's Vic? Where's Vic?
and Della.
Where's Vic McKennedy? Where is he? Vic McKennedy.
Yeah, I don't know why Vic was having problems with his computer. I think that his daughter was usually taking care of it for him.
See you guys next month. Stay well.
Well,
All
he had a
right.
birthday last week.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving to you and all of you.
Thank you, Jeremy. Happy
All right.
Thanksgiving.
My pleasure, Della. All right. Take care, everyone. You still got 1 minute. So if anyone has something, a burning desire, but you know how this just cuts off without
doing for us.
No, I don't understand all this new electronic stuff. Jeremy, I'm so stupid.
Well, I'm impressed that we're able to connect in this way, all things considered. I don't understand a lot of it either.
It says our internet is unstable.
Okay, well, it's about to cut
I think
off.
it's been coming and going and everything.
Night night.
He sang the
What
school song.
what are
Crawford
you
town
doing on
hills
Thanksgiving?
surround me, trails and forest green.
Taking us out with a song.
It's a wonder. Most of the time they cut us off in the middle of the sentence.